Hello everyone and welcome to my London wrap-up. As promised, I'm doing a wrap-up of all the books that I read during my stay in London. The first book that I read is The Bone Witch by Chupika, even though I'm not really sure how to pronounce the name. But anyway, when I first saw the cover, read the title and realized it was going to be about witches, I immediately went like, okay, I gotta read this book. And I did. And while I was reading, when I was like a quarter way through the book, I was considering just stopping because it was so boring. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was such an interesting book. Like, the entire world was interesting, cultural aspects of the book were interesting, the protagonist itself was quite interesting, but the book itself, there was just no plot, there was nothing going on. It remained dull for like the entire book, and I'm sorry, I really tried, but I just thought it was so boring. And I managed to finish it because I don't really like not finishing books, and I gave it only 2 stars out of 5 because I found it that boring. The Bone Witch is about a girl who is different from other witches because she's a bone witch, and that basically means she has the power of necromancy. I mean, that's cool, that's amazing, right? But yeah, that is basically frowned upon. Bone witches are ostracized and even feared sometimes, and you know, just have a bad name in society, really. So no pressure. Anyway, and during the book we follow this girl along the way as she learns how to control her power, how to use the power with help of another bone witch. So that's basically the book. The next books that I read were the study series by Maria V. Snyder. I really enjoyed them so much. These books really got me excited to read again, you know. The series consists of Poison Study, Magic Study, and Fire Study, of which the first book is my favorite. Basically, it's about the girl, Elena, who is going to be executed because she murdered someone. Disclaimer, it was because of self-defense, but she got the choice, like she could be killed or she could work as the king's new food taster. It sounds so luxurious because she gets to stay in the palace of the king. She avoids death like that. Anything's better than death, right? Well, thing is, this job itself is very dangerous because she has to taste the king's food, which basically entails that she has to taste it to search for certain poisons. If the food's poisoned, she needs to be able to name the poison within a heartbeat, because if it is poison, you'll only have a heartbeat, you know? It's a quick job, it's a dangerous job, and it's a self-sacrificing job. She also realizes she has magic of her own, and she learns a little bit more about that. So that's the little hint of magic that makes it even more interesting. It's also about the castle drama, you know, because it takes place in the palace, and there's all these ties, and the outside world itself is also very interesting because of the kingdoms, and there's all sorts of, not really wars, but people trying to take over areas and stuff. It's very interesting. The next book that I read was a contemporary. It was Made You Up by Francesca Seppia. No idea if I pronounced her name right. Again, it's about her girl who has schizophrenia, and it's so interesting. She just goes through her everyday struggles, things happen, high school drama. It was so interesting and really mind-opening. I could really recommend this book. This story has a little something extra to it, you know, because this girl, she just tries her best to distinguish the truth from the delusion. She tries to distinguish this by taking photos of every little thing that really catches her eye, stands out to her as a bit odd or a bit unreal. She just takes a picture. She herself finds that these pictures, they change over time. Like, when she takes them, she sees like birds doing a dance, and like from hours to days or weeks or months later, and you just sees the background without the birds because her mind made them up, literally. So that's why it's so interesting, this entire book. And because it's through the protagonist's eyes, you yourself are doubting the reality as well. It's so interesting. But yeah, not only odd things appear to be illusions. The illusion can be normal things, normal everyday things as well, you know. And that's the thing about this book and about this story. But let me tell you, the protagonist's optimism, the way that she goes through life, I think it's so inspiring, and I love the protagonist. She was so happy, always her optimism, her personality in general. I really liked her. I thought she was amazing. And all the other characters in the book as well. It's just a diverse bunch of personalities, and it's amazing. I adored it. I loved it. I cried. I laughed. It's amazing. The next book that I read was Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Oh my god, 2 years. We have to wait 2 years, and you leave the book with that? Like, seriously, what are you doing to us? No, but seriously, I have a lot of respect for her as a writer. She gets better every time. I like this series, The Dark Artifices, better than any of the things that she's ever written, because I think the complexity of the characters and the way that they fit into the plot, the way the plot gets built up, I think that's all just perfect in this series so far. far, so I really can't wait for the next one. Oh, let alone just to see what the hell is going to happen next. I'm just going to leave it at that, I think, because a lot of people have yet to read the books, even the first book, some of you, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I can tell you a lot. It's just this book, all the characters, you know, the bunch of siblings, they're just amazing. And the romance and the drama around the romance, oh my god, guys, this is really a read for you. I mean, the books, they can be a bit intimidating because they're so big, but trust me, they're worth it. They're definitely worth it. And last but not least, I read the Evernight series by Claudia Gray. One thing that I want to mention is that I'm still reading the 4th book right now, so I haven't finished this series yet, so it's not going to be a full recap of the series or something. Yeah, I really found myself wanting to have a light read, full of a bit of drama and tension, and I read that this was about vampires, so I was like, yeah, why not? Evernight itself, it's about a girl who lives in this elaborate boarding school. It's a bit gothic, a bit, you know, old school, costly. It reminds me of like a small Hogwarts. In my mind, it's like a small Hogwarts, you know, and a bit dark and mysterious as well. So she has to go to school there, and she really doesn't want to, but she has to because her parents and she herself, she lives there, and her parents teach there, and so she has to study there. Makes sense, makes sense. Anyway, the books are full of drama, especially the first book had like major plot twists that changed the way you think of the book, like entirely, like your perspective on the book. They changed your perspective on the story dramatically, like inverted even. It's just bonkers, it's mad, but I love that. You know, if you don't like major plot twists that are way too bad, don't read it. But if you like plot twists, if they're done rightly, then these are done rightly, then just read them. And if you love vampire drama, because it's about vampires and stuff, it's amazing, you know. And the old boarding school is mysterious, the setting is mysterious, characters and personalities are interesting, and yeah, if you're looking for quick light reads with all of these things, then go read them. So anyway, guys, that was my London wrap-up. I'm still reading the 4th book of the Evernight series, and once I finish that, I don't know what I'm gonna read, but I'll figure it out, because I'm not going to do lists anymore. I'm not going to read what I need to read. I'm just going to read whatever I feel like, and I've got a huge bookcase behind me full with books that I haven't read, like some of them. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time with a new book haul, a new wrap up, a new whatever, a review, who knows. Anyway, thank you for watching.